What's going on, guys? This is Larry coming at you at Team APS Deck Check, and today have a very fun deck that I've been trying out, been building for I think since they came out. Finally kind of have them semi-completed until the next set, but we won't talk about that later. And that is Dragonmaids. Oops. Like Dragonmaids. Like I said, really fun deck. Just got through playing with it. I really like them. Right now, I think they're a good something of a rogue option. I don't see it like winning any big tournaments or anything, but they are fun. Take them to your locals, maybe even a regional or two. See how you do. But with this profile, we're coming at you. I got 3 kitchens starting off. One of the staples, kitchen searches a. Oh, excuse me. Search another Dragonmaid monster from deck to grave. Also, all of the small, what I call lowly forms have an effect at the start of the battle phase. They return to the hand to special summon their dragon form. Um, and of course, and the thing says either level. Some say level 7, some say level 8. One says level 8 or higher, which is very important. But kitchen, go get a dragon made monster from deck. Chamber, another one of the very important staples, says so go get dragon made spell from deck, which is very important. You want to get your fusion spell. You want to get your spell that special summons from hand or grave. All of those important to keep your resources flowing. 3 parlor. Parlor is your foolish on summon. Again, you want a lot of the big dragons in the grave so you can special summon them at the start of your battle phase. Keep everything reoccurring. 2 nurse may get bumped up to 3. Nurse is a special summon upon hitting the field. 2 for right now, just because she's not good first turn, or if you see her in your hand. Like if all you have is nurse and a whole bunch of other things, you're not special summoning anything. But still a very good card. Late to mid game or after you have your graveyard set up, you get nurse, special something else. That effect triggers, go get something else. Keeps it going. 1 laundry, not the most important. Laundry's kind of like if all else fails, just kind of perform her. She's not one I'd like to go into, but she's still there in name. She's the Diet Dante, normal summon, mill 3. You don't really control what you mill. That's what kind of makes her not as good, but stuff is still hitting the graveyard. Now for the dragon forms. 2 Dragonmaid Lopars. Very good. This one has an effect on your turn that you can discard from hand to grave and target a monster your opponent controls. That monster cannot activate it, or your opponent cannot activate that monster's effects. Really good if they have an established board. You have Lopar in hand. You can just kind of pitch and either bait something out or turn something off that could cause you trouble in the future. And forgive me with some of these names. It's kind of late, and I have no idea what they say, so I'm just gonna wing it. Dragonmaid Nut Jarl, okay, Nut Jarl, kind of like a DD Crow. Target a monster in the graveyard. Returns it to the hand. She's all right. Again, kind of have big stats. You just mostly want them in the grave to special summon. Also, this is one of the ones that is not a quick effect like Lopar. Ernest, 3 Ernest, a quick effect with the I drew a blank. With the effect saying that once per turn, during any player's turn, you can discard her to special summon a level 4 or lower dragon maid from your hand to the field. Always trying to get those effects off. 1 Tinkek. Kind of good. Doesn't come up too much. She's the Diet Honest. Discard, target 1 and gains 2,000 attack. And just like I said, all the big dragons at the end of the battle phase, they tag back out, go back into your hand to special summon the lower dragon mates from your hand. which, if you haven't seen the pattern, summon, do stuff, tag out here, do whatever you want, tag back out into something else, get more stuff. Oops. I'm sorry, baby. I mean to hurt you. One Red Eyes Darkness DMD. Still a good card. Might get taken out or recycled for something in the future, especially considering the new errata. But still good. I mean, you run dragons. It says go special summon a dragon. On to the spells. Dragonmaid Hospitality. So good card. Special summon one Dragonmaid monster from hand or deck. Then you get to Foolish and dump one of the same attribute, but of a different level. So, special summon Lolly form, dump Dragon form. Amazing. This sets up anything you would ever want as far as like keep on going, starting off, recursion. Just everything you need is in this one card. The second MVP spell card that I'm running two of, Dragonmaid Changeover, your fusion spell. The fusion aspect of it is not a once per turn, which is very, very good because sometimes it's good to have two of the big fusions or two of the, I guess you can call it medium fusions. But what makes this card really, really good is if it hits the graveyard, it's a free get it back plus something else. If it's in the graveyard, you can target it and another Dragonmaid monster in your graveyard. Return them both to hand. I mean, I can't design this card any better than that. One Dragonmaid Send Off. It's alright. It's one of the two cards I like, but I don't like in the deck. The other one being Dragonmaid Welcome. They're in here because they have Dragonmaid name. They're more situational. This one, it lets you special summon, but that one gets returned to hand. This one, you get a small attack boost, and if you control two, you get to return one from grave to hand. Kind of good, kind of alright, but they may or may not get changed, especially when the new trap comes. Of course, 2 World Legacy Guard Dragon. I might bump it up to 3. The problem I had with 3 is sometimes I saw more than one in one hand, and it is a hard once per turn both ways, so it can get in the way, especially if you don't have your graveyard already set up. But there is a very good 2-card combo with War Legacy Guard Dragon and Parlor Dragonmaid. If you have both of these in hand, that's going to be a good turn for you. But 2 War Legacy Guard Dragons for now. 3 Pot of Desires, because got to get cards. Got to go fast. And you run a pretty decent number of everything, so you'll rarely kind of banish everything you need, and once it hits the graveyard in your hand, they just kind of flip-flop anyway. 2 Cosmic Cyclone, no back row, no back row. 1 Upstart, 1 Monster Reborn, staples, self-explanatory. 1 for the traps, 1 Dragonmaid Downtime. I have a love-hate relationship with this card. It can be useful sometimes, and others you're wondering why you even bother having it in your hand. Another possible candidate that might get changed over when the new trap comes. And 3 Imperms. We don't like monster effects. On to the extra deck, and again, the extra deck is more your preference. There are some things you kind of do have to run. Others you can kind of, is your choice. But the things I say you more or less kind of have to run. 2 House, very important. 2 Show. They kind of go hand in hand. You make Show during your standby phase. You special summon a Dragonmaid from grave onto your field. If you've done everything right, including summoning this monster, you got something to summon. Summon it, get your search off. Very good negation effect. Once per turn, if your opponent activates an effect, you can negate it, bounce her back to the extra deck, special summon House. House is good in that also once per turn during the standby phase, you can target 1 other Dragonmaid monster you control. Special summon one monster that is one level higher or one level lower. But if a Dragonmaid monster is returned to your hand from anywhere, that includes your graveyard, you get to target one monster in your opponent's control, you destroy it. Go hand in hand. Great ratio is kind of 2 for 2 right now because they can also be special summoned from the graveyard if you summon them correctly with some of your other spells and some of your monsters. So really, really good. They just keep on coming back, keep on floating. Erratic. You run dragons. Everything's a dragon. If you set up a good board with him on top, him, is that a he? With the ball on top, and you tribute it to bounce something back, you can special summon another Dragonmaid, get that effects off, keep on going. Staple, Apollousa, because Unicorn, because Masquerina, because I am running Red Eyes Darkness MD, Guard Dragon Pisty, Guard Dragon LP, Sarayuja. They all kind of go hand in hand. They've been a thing since they've come out. To get rid of problematic cards, Warlord Dragon. I also run Amirage just for the Sarayuja with the Guard Dragons if you have them. A really interesting card I'm trying out. It might get changed, it might not. World Gear of... I'm not even going to try. But this card. I've summoned this card a few times just if all else fails. Because you do run a lot of the big dragons, you can just kind of link summon into it and kind of sit on it because it is unaffected by your opponent's monsters. If they can't get over that 35,000, it just kind of sits there on the board and there's nothing they can do about it. Last one, if you ain't got it, you can make it whatever you want. Access Code Talker, you run a lot of links. Banish the links if it's late and you're trying to go for game, you can push for it. Other cards you can probably add in. If you have a Boil Sword, the Mech Knight Avramax, you can run that. It's really kind of up to you if you even want to run Unicorn or any of the other nightmares to kind of get rid of problematic stuff. You can do that, but this is just my own opinion. And that's the deck. I'm having a lot of fun with it. But if you guys want any more decks or what you would like to see, please comment, let us know. We're still trying out new decks every day. So we may try it out. It may not work. We may come back later with a brand new deck profile. So please hit us up on all the social medias. If you like us, what we do here, make sure to hit the bell icon to get notified whenever we drop new content. I'm Larry. This is Deck Chat.